Three creepy true school lockdown stories by Mr. Nightmare. What's good? How you day going? Morning, evening, night, whenever you're watching this video. Look, it's gonna be a pretty chill video. Just to give you a heads up. We ain't gonna be over here doing all that key ish, because as you can probably hear, boys that came down with the cold, whatever. All right, but look, we're gonna go ahead and check out the video. You wanna check out the original video? Link will be in the description below, but let's go. What's crazy though, real quick, gonna talk a little bit of history. I'm gonna start the video. You know me, dog. Stop playing. But no, what's crazy for real though? Hey, that's never my intent. I never ever look. We had to talk before though. I just be really like, yo, I'm about to watch this video and chill, whatever. Hey, it's just be happening, dog. Yo, you wanna check out the original video? Link will be in the description below. But let's go. My bad.
This is something you guys have been requesting the hell out of for a long time. It took a lot of time, but I finally found 3 stories that take place during school lockdowns. It was a typical boring day in calculus, only it was Friday, 7th period, meaning the week was almost over and spring break would finally be upon us, so everybody was getting antsy in their seats, I could tell. We didn't have a test that day like a lot of my friends did with their other teachers, so our teacher in the middle of class just decided to start playing games with us on Sporcle.com. He was a very laid-back teacher like that. As we were doing some brand logo quiz on Sporcle, I remember the exact moment it happened. Right after my friend answered a question, I remember the exact answer too, Adidas. The dean's voice came through the loudspeaker. He sounded panicked and frantic as he told all the teachers this was not a drill and to go into lockdown. I actually got the chills, and I got goosebumps on my arms as our usually laid-back teacher too seemed panicked as he ran to turn off the lights and ushered us to the back corner of the room. We all sat in silence for about 2 minutes, and then the usual buzzing that came from a panel in the back of the room ceased, indicating that the school must have cut all the power. We all looked at each other, realizing this must be serious. A few more minutes of waiting later, we heard a man screaming at the top of his lungs coming down the hallway. 2 girls in the class actually started crying, which made all of us even more scared. As the screaming got closer to the classroom, the lunatic-sounding man started banging on the lockers while screaming, "I'll kill all of you." It was at that moment that I started to fear for my life. My teacher shushed us as we all looked at each other to see our peers' reactions. The banging then moved from the lockers to our classroom door. And that's when one of the crying girls screamed no.
Like, shut up. My bad. I know it's a kid. She's scared, but still, shut up. And I ain't gonna lie though. In my school, I am in middle school and high school. I am so glad that you could not get it. Like, we had police and some days police dogs, but you could not get in without going through the metal detector, and then also them using a little buzzy thing. But all you had to do is be cool with them. You would get through. But I used to get through with so much ish, but we ain't talking about this.
As we all looked at each other to see our peers' reactions. The banging then moved from the lockers to our classroom door. And that's when
one dude break it down once, and it was just for show off anyway. You know how niggas do.
The lockers to our classroom door. And that's when one of the crying girls screamed no. The banging on the door only grew worse as the man started screaming, "Open up." 2 of the girls in the class were crying out loud now. It felt like an eternity that man was pounding at the door, but eventually he finally continued down the hallway, screaming like a mentally insane person until we could not hear him anymore. I'd say 10 minutes later, though it felt like half an hour given the situation, the dean came back on the loudspeaker explaining the situation, which was surprising for him to do. He explained that some apparently mentally unstable person entered the building and assaulted the woman sitting at the front desk, causing her to flee the building screaming, and staff wasn't sure if the man was armed or not. Now, this was before the school had cameras or could afford proper security, so the school was wide open to something like this happening. The staff had done a sweep of all the hallways and classrooms and couldn't find him, so the dean instructed the teachers to resume teaching but to keep all the doors locked and to not let any students leave for any reasons. The most disturbing part, however, is that one of the janitors working the night shift found the man sleeping in one of the storage closets near the back end of the school.
Man, I don't care what you say, a school janitor has to be the scariest damn job ever. At least if I was what I could think of. Man, being in that mug at night, cleaning up all. Hey, yo, the bigger the building, the scarier it is at night. Well, when it's empty. The bigger the building, the scarier it is when it's empty, dude. But for some reason, schools, I think it's like the long hallways that get me. Where it's like, yo, seeing that mall where no one's in the building is creepy, dude.
The most disturbing part,
though.
however, is that one of the janitors working the night shift found the man sleeping in one of the storage closets near the back end of the school. And according to rumors that were spread by my peers, sticking out of his pocket was a .44 Magnum.
Oh, damn.
The janitor must have done something stupid to wake him up. For example, leaving the closet door open, because by the time a police officer could arrive on the scene, the man was gone. My entire class, as far as I know, to this day, has no idea if this man was ever found, but I like to think that right now, he's being given the proper help that he needs. He's being given the proper help that he needs. My school has 2 lunch periods.
We have 3. I used to be in all 3 of them hoes too.
My school has 2 lunch
Well, we
periods.
have 4 depending on if you had. Alright, fuck it. I ain't even gonna talk about
My
it.
school has 2 lunch periods. First lunch period is for all 6th graders and some 7th graders. The second lunch period is for the other half of the 7th graders and all 8th graders. The lockdown happened in the beginning of October. The day the lockdown occurred, it was overcast and rainy. During the first lunch period, I heard 4 loud booms.
Damn!
I personally thought it was...
My bad, dog. Dog. I thought a nigga would pop my ass. Thought a nigga took me out of the game. What the fuck? Hey, my bad, dog. Didn't mean to overreact on you, dog. I thought somebody took me out the game, boy. A little weak ass lunch. They ain't even roasted. You ever had them one days when you just get your ass flamed up and nothing you say is funny? I used to hate them days, dog. Damn, dog, you got the blowing that mother. I thought I got took out. I didn't go cap to you, dog. Let me go back, my bad.
Graders and all 8th graders.
That shit was loud.
The lockdown happened in the beginning of October. The day the lockdown occurred, it was overcast and rainy. During the first lunch period, I heard 4 loud booms. I personally thought it was thunder, but the entire lunch crowd started screaming. I was thinking those kids were just serious pussies, but the campus security came in and started yelling at people to go into the multi-purpose room, and the kids who were in line buying lunch had to throw out their lunch and come inside. Me and some friends went inside the room along with a huge group of other kids. Everyone was curious as to what was happening. Our multi-purpose room is huge, and the back wall of the room is made of see-through glass. When me and my friends were rushed inside the campus, security was covering the glass with the curtains, and there were adults at every exit. My friend Eric was curious, as well as the rest of us, so he asked one of the adults what was going on. When he came back, he said, "You know how right in front of TMS there's those houses?" I replied, "Yeah." "There's this mentally disabled, crazy man that barricaded himself in front of his house, and he's threatening to commit suicide and kill the cops if he's evicted. He was walking around
Woo! You want to hear some selfish shit? Better than what the hell I thought was happening. I thought it was an ooting. I ain't about to say it. Cause boy, that shit sounded close. Boy, it was in my ear. That boy, I was like, God damn. Unfortunately, I'll take that story, but let's see what goes down.
"You know how right in front of TMS there's those houses?" I replied, "Yeah." "There's this mentally disabled, crazy man that barricaded himself in front of his house, and he's threatening to commit suicide and kill the cops if he's evicted. He was walking around outside of school watching kids in a weird way," Eric told us. It turned out that he commit suicide and kill the cops if he's evicted. He was walking around outside of school watching kids in a weird way, Eric told us. It turned out the man was also a registered sex offender, making matters worse. We were stuck in the multi-purpose room for a whole...
Wait, no, because unless it was undetected at the time, but yeah, you can't even live within in that vicinity, right? I don't know why I did that, boy. Chill out, though. I don't know what that shit came. And that shit jumped out. I don't know where that shit came from.
Fender, making matters worse. We were stuck in the multi-purpose room for a whole hour, taking up 2 periods. After the whole thing was settled, we were escorted to our classrooms one by one. I later found out that the man lives next to my friend Brandy, who told me about the previous Halloween when she saw the same man at his window cutting his arm and writing in his own blood, "Don't come here or I'll kill you," on his window. Of course, being Halloween, people, including Brandy, assumed it was just for the holiday. But after this horrific incident, we knew this man was mental, and we're glad he never got.
Well, I'd have been a pass. I'm gonna let the app. I was about to say, I'd have been a passed out. I'm about to say, that's a lot of blood. Oh shit! Don't, bitch. My bad. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose real quick. I done ran through this whole pack of wipes. My bad. Not that you care. Shit, nigga had me scared. But I held mine, though.
We knew this man was mental, and we're glad he never got near us. I'm 22 years old, fresh out of college, and I recently got a job at my old high school as a sort of computer intern in the school basement. The basement of the school is very messy and disorganized, but there is a small 3-person office that's actually very nice down there. It has 3 nice big desks, 2 mini fridges, a flat screen TV mounted on the wall, and oh so satisfying air conditioning, a luxury the students and teachers cannot enjoy in the school. And of course all the school servers and other computery stuff. I got the job because 3 of my old computer teachers,
yeah, this must be old, my bad.
and of course all the school servers and other computery stuff. I got the job because 3 of my old computer teachers flat out adored me. I could actually consider them as real friends, not just teacher figures, so they all helped tremendously in landing me this job. It's been great, until something that happened a few weeks ago. My 2 co-workers that shared the office with me, Dave and Gary, weren't in the office at the time. They were upstairs working on papers or whatever. I was eating my sandwich during my lunch break when I got a phone call from one of the women in the front office telling me the school was on lockdown and that somebody, possibly armed, had entered the school. There wasn't much that I could do other than turn off the lights because, surprisingly, as nice as this little office was, it didn't have an actual door to it, just a big opening, and the door to the whole basement didn't even have a working lock. For my own safety, I did turn off all the lights in the office and my computer screen. I kept my phone on the desk, texting both Gary and Dave, but they wouldn't respond. I sat down there in the dark, playing games on my phone for like 20 minutes, waiting for the call from up front to tell me to resume working. I had no idea what was happening. I couldn't hear what was going on upstairs from down here, but I was not allowed to make any calls until I was informed that the lockdown was over. Then the noisy basement door opened. As the creaking echoed across the basement and into my office, I sat up from my seat, wondering if I should call out Gary or Dave. I was eager to get some info from them. Someone then came running down the stairs and their footsteps were approaching my office. I pushed away my chair and crawled under my desk. Somebody entered the office but did not turn on the lights. There was just silence. I can't even describe the fear I was experiencing. I felt like if I made one sudden noise, I'd be a dead man. Suddenly, my phone dinged as I got a text message. I felt my entire world shrivel up and die at that one moment as I clenched my teeth in fear. Footsteps suddenly moved closer to me until I finally dove out from under the desk and capitulated.
You gotta get up, dog, because at this point, if he come over you while you are already down, oh yeah, he gonna have the advantage. You gotta get up.
Go up and die at that one moment as I clenched my teeth in fear. Footsteps suddenly moved closer to me until I finally dove out from under the desk in capitulation, begging whoever it was not to kill me. And just then, someone grabbed my arm and pulled me up. It was some guy in a red plaid button-up, jeans, and a reddish-black cap. He told me, "It's okay, I'm just down here hiding with you."
I think I heard this.
"What's going on up there?" I whispered to him. He kind of ignored my question and asked me if there's an exit down here. I told him, yeah, around that way.
You came. Shit.
Before he could do anything else, I asked him, who are you? There was a brief moment of silence. Before he started explaining, he was...
I don't think this is hindsight, but I'd be like, oh yeah, we gotta, cause you gotta play it cool, dog. Don't let them know that you know that you're aware, dog. Like, oh yeah, we have an exit right there. Let me grab the key for you real quick. It's over here. Like, I'm gonna grab the key, but the whole time I'm running my ass up those steps, dog. I think I might have watched this one on my old channel though, cause this one sound, the second story don't sound familiar, freaking obviously, but this one sound kind of familiar.
There was a brief moment of silence. Before he started explaining, he was coming in to pick up his son when a teacher told him to hide. After his explanation, I checked my phone and saw the text I received was from Dave. It said, "Dude, this is fucking crazy. Some guy with a gun shot Mr. Buckley. He's wearing a red shirt and a hat. Whatever you do, don't come upstairs." I was about to reread that text out loud to the man until I realized. I looked up and felt my stomach sink. The man seemed to catch on to my suspicious stare. Panicking, all I could think to do was to run for the upstairs. A gunshot echoed through the basement and I could hear the bullet ricochet off something metal in the darkness. But thank God,
if he had a shotgun and if he was that close, I'd have just rushed dog. I ain't about to risk that.
To run for the upstairs. A gunshot echoed through the basement and I could hear the bullet ricochet off something metal in the darkness. But thank God the bullet missed me and I made it upstairs. Fortunately, police were waiting at all exits, including the basement exit, and caught the man the second he opened the door. More good news, our teacher Mr. Buckley survived the gunshot. It was later determined that the man and Mr. Buckley had some beef for whatever reason, but that was never revealed. All we know is that Mr. Buckley couldn't have done anything that would have warranted this kind of reaction. And I know that the sound of that gunshot will forever echo in my mind.
Let me click that like while I'm here. Let me see. Did I watch this one? Just put my name on the end of it. Well, who is that? Oh no, that's something else. Oh, well, nope. I guess I did watch that video. Tripping. The last story just sounded a little familiar to me. I guess whatever, right? But either way it goes, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I ain't gonna talk a bunch of ish because y'all, like I told you, I'm getting sick, whatever. So I ain't got much to talk about. But man, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never been in a school lockdown, man. I think the closest we've been to ones, whatever, when they'll do like a little lockdown and they had like the dogs come through sniffing the lockers trying to find like weed and drugs and ish, whatever. I think that's like the closest I've been in the school lockdown, whatever. But regardless, though, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here and enjoy my night. I'm about to talk your ears off because I told you earlier in the video I'm getting sick, so yeah. Yo, go ahead and enjoy your day, morning, evening, night. Whenever you watch this video, be safe out here in this world. But I'm out.